Hello guys and welcome back by this new daily update video. Today we're gonna talk about all these kind of charts and what can we expect next. And I have a very big trade open which I call live on Twitter. So please make sure to watch this whole video. And first of all, let's dive right away into the USDT dominance chart because I signaled this yesterday too, that we have a golden cross, that cross in this case, towards the downside. So the last time we saw this was right here, it was in October, and we saw a 30% dump in the dominance of USDT in the whole crypto market, which is pretty good for all other crypto coins. And that's something we see right now again happening. And also here we saw a golden cross and we saw big momentum towards the upside. So I expect the USDT dominance to drop at least to these lows, and I think maybe we can drop below these lows, and this will be a very good signal for the whole crypto market and altcoins in specific. So this is something you really want to keep in mind, and we closed it right now. So yeah, let's see what the USDT dominance will do next. Then we have all-time highs on Bitcoin, of course. And now it's getting a little bit difficult to expect some turning points or points we can get into the market. But let's see what we can do here. What we can see is that we are in an uptrend channel, and yeah, it's a pretty clean one. So on the lower side we bounce every time towards the upside, and on the top side we reject from the red line. So that will signal towards a 140 150k Bitcoin. I personally expect something like this. So a pretty significant move towards the upside and then maybe some consolidation towards the downside. So 140 150 is really a point where you want to take some profits off the table, and that is also a point for now where we can look for resistance because we're in price discovery and we don't really know where the price can drop. So taking profit is never bad, but this is a pretty significant sign that maybe the top will be in around here and then get a pullback towards the downside, or maybe break it towards the downside or towards the upside. But let's see how that will play out. Then also what we can do here is look at the momentum, because that's pretty important. We don't have the real levels towards the left or earlier levels, but what we can see here is that we can look at the momentum, and we see that we have some resistance above here and we are rejecting from it right now. But also on the RSI, the momentum indicator, we see that we have a resistance above where we maybe see some cool down towards the downside, and that will be a very good opportunity to get in your trades. But for now, this isn't the strongest signal because we're so bullish that there is a high possibility that we will break towards it with a matter of time. But for now, we need to look at the charts for maybe some cooldowns to get in the market or take some profit. So these are small confluences we can look at. So this is something you want to keep in mind. Then for the lower time frame, because on the higher time frame we can't see anything, of course, but on a lower time frame we see that we are forming a really nice range right here. On the top side resistance and on the lower side support. How can we anticipate on this? It's pretty easy. If we break the downside, we will see some downside momentum and we can look at some entry points to take the trade towards the upside. And if we break towards the downside, we can expect more momentum towards the upside. So these are two levels to keep in mind of for now. It is on an hourly time frame, so it can happen very quickly. But yeah, you can anticipate on the market on these two lines for the upcoming day. So yeah, I think they are very important. Don't be tricked because all people are short here and long here. A fake out is pretty good scenario to get people out of the market. So keep that in mind. And yeah, you can trade this pretty easy on like this and like this. Then also we have the FIP extension, and these are the levels we can look at to take some profit. And it is the 120k, that's pretty important, and 132k, that's pretty important. So these are the levels where you can expect some resistance of. For me, it's not the best confluence because there is no data that will say that we will have resistance right here. But there are levels, and in the past I've seen that these are the levels where if we are in price discovery, price will react first because everyone is looking at these levels because nobody knows where the price will reverse. So they look at those levels. So this is something you want to keep in mind as well. Then for Ethereum right now is we broke down of this momentum squeeze, and we broke down. Now we have a significant pump towards the upside, but as well I talked about this last week and we saw some rejection from it. Now we see some strong momentum still towards the upside, which is pretty fine. So what do you want to do right now? You want to get back in this triangle and retest it to claim this support back because now it is resistance. So that is something I really want to see because I think Ethereum is very bullish in this period of time. But yeah, you want to see this resistance flipped into support, and that's something I want to look at. If we do so, yeah, I expect that we will hit 4k immediately and get that breakout here and maybe touch some 7k 8k points for Ethereum. So that's pretty bullish on Ethereum. For now also we are at resistance point right here, and we see that we are rejecting from it. We still have pretty big momentum coming into this resistance zone, which is a pretty good sign. But for now, what you want to see is that price breaks above, retest it, and go towards the upside. If we don't see it and have resistance here, we can look for these levels for trades. It's pretty bad because Ethereum has surged pretty much towards the upside, and there is not really much volume between this. So, or either you will turn here or turn here. So the best thing we can do is flip this resistance into support again. And if we do so, yeah, we're pretty bullish, and I think we will see levels like this very, very soon. Then also the Bitcoin dominance. We have been talking about this very much lately because I think alt season is around the corner, and what we will see is we see that we have some rejections from of this old support zone, flipped into resistance, tested it back, and see some bearish momentum coming, which is pretty good. And I think this thing, if it falls, it will fall so hard towards the downside. So this is something that I'm really excited for if it plays out, and I think we will see an alt season anytime soon. And this is a very good indicator, and this one looks very good for a good alt season. So that's pretty important. Then also on TIA, I called this one. I've talked about this yesterday as well, but I called this one on 21 May on 5 p.m. And I said, TIA just formed the textbook megaphone pattern. Volatility is loading and breakout potential is huge. I'm opening a massive 100k position right now. This could be the setup everyone talks about next week. If you look at the chart here, this is what we predicted and where I opened my trade, and this is how it played out. And you see that we had a massive pump towards the upside. I've been calling this lately on my X page. Literally, you can see it. And of course, I entered the trade because I was confident this one would go up. And look at this, we are in a 12k, approximately 12k profit right now after I called this one, and I literally called this one live on my X. So if this isn't your sign to follow me over on X and catch these next move towards the upside, I don't know what sign you are waiting for, but you literally got here a very nice trade setup value where you could make, for now with my 4x leverage, I made 26% gain, and that's pretty much. Look at this, it's 16% after I called it. So yeah, please make sure to follow me over there and never miss a move again. If you don't want to follow me, okay, miss the next 10 moves and then maybe follow me again because you see I've made a big amount of money and you don't. So please make sure to do that. Yeah, this one is pretty nice. I scooped around 2.5k out here, and the rest I will maybe cash out around here, 25% extra, and let the rest run towards the full TP. If we hit full TP here, I think I will make around 20k. So that's pretty nice. And I also called it, so you would have made it too. And now we're exactly at 12k in profit. So that's pretty nice. Then also, which is pretty important, is for the people who don't know, there was a whale opening a 40x position on Bitcoin. So that means that if price drops, he opened it with cross leverage, but he would lost a big sum of money. It was 22 million he put in a trade. And after that, Bitcoin set a new all-time high. He made a big amount of money. So he was so convinced that price will go up to open a 40x leverage position, and he was right. And the same guy opened a 25x long position on Ethereum right now. A $60 million position with an average entry of 2666. And the same will nailed the Bitcoin with 40x leverage earlier. So this guy definitely knows something. Look at this. This is the position of 800 million on Bitcoin, where he is in a profit of $18 million, and now open an Ethereum long with 60 million. So this guy definitely knows something, and I think this is very, very bullish for Ethereum. For now, please make sure to follow me over on X to never miss a move again. Never miss this trade again, because I called it literally live. If this isn't your signal to follow me, then I don't know. And I will see you tomorrow by a new update video.